We're on, man.
Hey, your home soul guaranteed family, how's it going? I am here today to talk more about our Go Serve Big mission. So, first off, if you don't know, your home soul guaranteed, we have every single one of our agents giving a portion of their funds to some sort of charity or event to help better their community. So it's something that we really strive upon and we love getting to do it. Our agents are passionate about it. And really, that is summarized up in this Go Serve Big mission. So you can see the logo. We've gotten this trademarked, and it's what we are passionate about, and it's what we love, and it's what we really call our big why. It's why we're doing our business. It's why we're sitting here and trying to get out every day to help others give back to their community. It's something we're very passionate about around here, and I'm going to introduce you to everyone else right now. We got a couple others on our show today. We got Todd, and we also have Kelly Brewer from Eagle Ranch. So, Eagle Ranch is a pretty incredible organization. They give a lot and they do a lot for their community. So we are more than happy to be able to have some of our agents give a portion of their funds to Eagle Ranch and all that they do. So, Kelly, can you just tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing over there and some of the incredible stuff you guys do?
Absolutely. So, hello, everyone. So, Eagle Ranch, we're located up here by Chateau Elan. So, we're north of Atlanta, northeast part of Atlanta. We've been around for next year's our 35th year, and we help boys and girls who are going through some sort of crisis. And really, when we say we're helping boys and girls, we're really helping their entire family. So we have about 65 kids that live with us full time here on our campus. We've got 315 acres up here, 10 homes, Saks accredited school. But, every family struggles. I would guess that probably everybody watching knows a child or family who's going through something rough. So, that's sadly just the state of our culture today. So we are a place, if you know a child or a family that's struggling beyond the norm. So the children that come to Eagle Ranch are usually children that have gone through some sort of outpatient counseling, and they're just not getting the traction that they need. A lot of our kids have been through some sort of tragic life circumstance. Maybe a parent has died, or a parent's incarcerated, or someone in the family's on drugs, and the family is really falling apart. And I don't know who all has kids, but, I have a 15-year-old, and I even struggle sometimes with, is this a phase or is this something more serious? So that's why we exist. We exist to help kids who need help. So that's what we do. Average length of stay is about 1.5 to 2 years. And while the kids are here, their families are actually up at the ranch several times a month getting counseling and help as well. So the idea is when the child goes home, the whole family is healthier. So that's what we do. We serve all of Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. Money has never been a reason why a child can't be here. So we have a young man here right now. I think his family pays $20 a month to be here. So it's all done on a sliding scale, kind of based on what the family's able to do.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Todd.
So I got this. I get this. I think it comes about every month, doesn't it?
Quarterly, I think. Yeah.
Quarterly. Okay. I know I keep them on my desk, and I read through your annual report. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
And I just to share something with everybody watching right now. When you open the first page, you see something like this. Just a young guy. Just kind of getting life going, and you guys are always really good at getting people's attention. But I like what you say here, a story that's still being written. Like everybody has, a story if we just bother to read it. And then it says, it starts out like, what if the worst days of your life became your identity? The story you believed about yourself. And we run into that, just in our own businesses when working with real estate agents. It's like, why would this professional believe that they can't do it, or they can't do more, or they can't accomplish more, influence more people? Like, where's this programming come from? So Am I right, Nathan? We did. I call it self-doubt.
Yes, we get that all the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of self-doubt out there. And you say it right here. Many children come to Eagle Ranch thinking they already know how their story will end. And that could be one of the life's great travesties, is that when you're young and it's a family atmosphere, or you got involved with the wrong people and choices, that we make, like, we don't want the rest of our life to be defined that way. So, I mean, you guys do some amazing work at being able to take young people and get them sort of on the right path, so to speak, to have just a great life. The testimonials, the stories that I've read just in this book that comes out, like you said, every quarter, they're pretty amazing. So I would encourage everybody watching right now to go to eagleranch.org. That's your website, right? And read more about the work that Eagle Ranch is doing right here in our own backyard. Okay.
Well, and Todd, I think you really hit on something. It's that narrative, and we all have it, not just kids. We have that narrative going on in our head. And these kids, the average age of a child at Eagle Ranch, I think, is 12, although we have them younger and older. But if the first 12 years of your life have not been great, I mean, I can see how they would think, well, that this is just the way, this is my lot in life. This is the way life is going to go for me.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone comes in and interrupts that narrative, I mean, we're dealing a lot of times with generational strongholds,
Mm-hmm.
So, my grandfather was an alcoholic. My dad's an alcoholic. I'm going to be an alcoholic. I mean, that's the kind of stuff sometimes that we're dealing with. And I think it's not only kids, I think as adults, we got to be careful to who we're listening to, like who's that talking up there. And one of the things that our sort of founding verse is that Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, say the Lord, good plans for good and prosperity. And so a big part of what we do is, helping these kids recognize, there is greatness in you. And there's greatness in every single one of us. It's just if we want to choose to believe that or not and act on that. So, that's what we do. And it's a tall order sometimes, because if you can't make someone believe that about them, but we can do our best to sow those seeds. And we have a lot of success with kids totally turning their lives around. And when that child turns their life around, so often the family follows, which is
Yeah, I'm looking right now at your year in review. It said, last year you guys helped 82 boys and girls received residential care, counseling, educational, and spiritual support. That's 286 parents, siblings, and family members took part in counseling and parent groups and support services. I like this stat. 6 months is the amount of time Eagle Ranch serves families after a child returns home. So when they're there, you're helping them. And when they get back home, it's like the work doesn't just stop like it does for a lot of organizations. In other words, the love doesn't end when they walk out the door. Like, you guys continue to pour into these families and these groups. So that's part of your mission there. Just say a little bit about that, how that works. So if I'm a teenager or a young person and I end up there at Eagle Ranch, I would say that's a great blessing, by the way. And getting things turned around. So I head back home. How does that work when I get back home? That is
a great point, because what happens is, the kids and families, they come here, life's kind of a mess. We get things going in the right direction. They graduate from our program. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of anxiety about, okay, I've learned how to do this at the ranch, but what's it going to be like when I go back home? What's it going to be like when I go back to my old school? What's it going to be like when my old peers, who I know now are not great peer choices for me, how do I navigate all that? So that's kind of, we want to help them be confident and not backslide. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing stuff. Now, one of the reasons that we wanted to get you on, and I appreciate Nathan, going the extra mile here to get this set up today, so you guys can tell your story, is that at our real estate company, all of the team leaders, they get together and they sort of decide okay, I'm going to donate a portion of my income to a very worthy cause here in town. Children's Healthcare, Eagle Ranch, Must Ministries, others. And that's pretty cool because it gives them something to shoot for. But the reality is it's not really the agent's money. It's sort of the client's money. So in other words, let's say, Nathan here sells a house and he gets a nice commission check for all that great work that he's done. Well, being able to turn around and tell the client, hey, look, the money that you paid me, and let's make no mistake about it, the money that you paid that I earned, some of it went over here to the great folks of Eagle Ranch. And then we get to continue to tell that story of the work that Eagle Ranch is doing to the clients. So it fits our mission, our Go Serve Big mission. And it really makes the customer or the client feel good that, hey, this is more than just a buy or sell a house transaction. Like I'm sort of involved in something here.
I wonder how many people your agents are encouraging.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it just takes a little spark to be like, well, that's really cool that they did that. Maybe
yes.
I would think that's incredible.
Yeah.
What a great example.
Yep. And we're very proud of that. And I'm proud of all the people here that push that agenda and get involved in that process. And that's what businesses do, local businesses from great companies in Atlanta, Georgia. Great companies that do a lot for the community around them. And I just think that's what businesses should be doing. So we're proud to be a part of that in our way. Now, which gets to this subject of money. Like I often use Mother Teresa as an example, an icon in history over in India, Calcutta. You got all these kids and orphans and people that are starving in the street, she's trying to help them. And I'm like, she might've been the richest person on the planet. She knew how to use other people's money to help a lot of people, so she might've been the very definition of one of the richest people ever to live, since that's what banks do. That's what churches do. That's what wealthy people do. They bring money in, they put it to work. Right. So it's hard for you guys to do the work that you want to do without financial support, as well as human resources, like you guys have great people to work there. So just tell everyone a little bit more about the financial side of this thing. How's that work? How do companies get involved?
Yeah.
We know how it works for us. We just send you guys checks, but just give everybody an idea of.
Yeah. So thank you. So we, our budget this year is $4.2 million that has to be raised this year to do the work that we're doing for these 65 kids and their families. It nets out, and this isn't an exact scientific number, but it nets out to about $60,000 it costs the ranch for a child and their family to be here a year, which sounds like a lot, but if you want to venture a guess, do you know what it costs for a child to be in juvenile detention lockup for a year?
What would that be?
Yeah, it's like $91,000. They're getting no remediation. So with their Eagle Ranch, they are getting, they're in a SACS accredited school with only 8 kids in the classroom with them. So they're getting caught up. They're getting counseling, individualized counseling for themselves and their family. And then obviously they're living on campus with 24/7 crisis care. So that's how the money is made up. One of the things I'm really proud about, and Todd, I know this will speak to you, is we are debt free. So our founder 35 years ago made the decision, we are not doing anything, building anything, starting any new programs unless we raise the money in advance. And that's just a biblical principle that has really, really served us well, because the one thing I want to be able to say to your agents and their clients is when you give to Eagle Ranch, you're not servicing debt. You're giving to the kids, you are giving to the families, and you are helping our program. So the breakdown of our donors, it's about half of our revenues come from individuals, which blows my mind. We literally have people that have been giving $10 a month for 30 years.
Amazing.
Blows my mind, just absolutely. We have a lot of corporations and companies that give to us, and then we work with foundations, we work with churches, we work with civic groups. So they're, it's the loaves and the fishes sometimes, in terms of.
You mentioned the founder. That would be Eddie Staub. Now, Eddie's done some amazing things there. But great places, great businesses. They have great leadership. leadership teams, like yourself there. So no question about that. Now, Nathan, you've got a list here of current needs that Eagle Ranch has. Is that right? Hey, before you show that, let me just tell everybody watching either now or in the future, if you could share this, on your Facebook page, this video, that will help the people at Eagle Ranch, the people that they help. So go ahead and share that. Don't hesitate. Please do. Any comments you want to make, you can make those into the comment box there. I typed in your website there, Kelly.
Thank you.
Yeah, at Eagle Ranch, eagleranch.org. So.
And the other thing I'll say is to all your agents and folks is, you guys now are kind of a disciple for Eagle Ranch, meaning you guys are out in the marketplace all day long. You're dealing with families all day long. If you see a child that's struggling or family that's struggling, tell them about the ranch. We actually, on our website, there's a section for families, and it says, do I need help? And it's like a little quiz that'll help them, because it's hard to know, like, is this a phase or is this something more serious? So, I mean, you could be doing your clients the best service ever if you can help their child get healthy. So as much as I want y'all to give and get involved that way, also just spreading the word that there is a place for hurting kids in our community, and money is not going to be a barrier for them to get help. If you could spread that word, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're doing it right now as well.
Yay.
And we're looking forward to watching you guys continue to do the great work there. All right. So you got some current needs. I'd like to see the list, because this reveals, in money that you guys use to help fund, these big needs that you got. So let's just kind of run through that a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's take a couple of minutes to do that, and we'll land the plane and let you get back to the great work that you do.
Okay. You want me to just kind of walk you through this?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So this first paragraph is just saying our greatest needs is the actual funding for the program. So a gift, whether it's $10, $50 more, if we can have for our general fund, that just helps pay for the counselors, the teachers, the house parents. So that's what that's speaking to. If you scroll through a little bit more through the next page or so, we'll actually get to some very specific needs.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep on, again, that's all speaking to our general, the counseling, the home life, the schooling, just
academic. Yep. The home life here. Yep. I see that.
So then we get into some specific needs, and y'all just keep in mind, we share this with like foundations and corporations. So we start out with the really high dollar stuff. But as you go on, I mean, you'll see everything from appliances to gift cards to uniforms, school uniforms. We've just found that the kids do so much better if there's not some big issue around what clothes they're wearing. So you can see, I mean,
let's keep scrolling down through there. Let's.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Let's just kind of see what some of these are here.
Because again,
some repairs to the home.
Yeah, we had a flood issue. I mean, it's just always something. If y'all,
I remember. I guess it was a couple years ago. We were there for one of our mastermind meetings with all of our great team leaders at the real estate company here. And we were looking through the list. You guys had some air conditioning or HVAC issues or something going on. It was time to replace some air conditioners. So we were happy to make a contribution toward that.
Yeah. And Todd, that was so awesome, because I think you helped us replace like 3 units. So that was 3 different homes that it needed replacement. And God bless y'all, because, that stuff's not very exciting. So sometimes, when it's stuff directly for the kids, that's easier to fund. But who wants to fund HVAC? So God bless you for helping us.
Well, hey, Kelly, you should come to my office. One thing you'll find out, it ain't hot in here. They're always making fun. It's like 68 degrees, and they're like, everybody has their doors closed and their offices with their own heaters, in the July. So it's
That's the truth.
yeah.
I think it's colder. I think it's colder in our building in the summertime than it is the wintertime sometimes. So that's something that spoke directly to Todd's heart.
Not interested in being hot.
You need the Go Serve big hoodies that everyone gets when they come to work there.
I like it. I like it. All right, so let's see what else we have. School supplies, annual fall festival, and let's see what else we got there.
A bunch of there's just
School yearbook materials. Yeah, because you guys really have a full-on curriculum there when you've got your students there.
Yeah, it's SACS accredited. I mean, it is. And let me just tell you this specific to education. So most of the kids that come here to Eagle Ranch, by the time they get here, they're 1 to 2 grades behind. You know, many of the kids have actually stopped going to school, so they're on this trajectory. They're on a trajectory probably to drop out. So to get them in Eagle Ranch school, to get them in that 8 kids per class, 8 to 10 kids per class. And these teachers are just looking for, what is this child's God-given gift? We're all promised at least one. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like if we can figure that out, whether it's, I like working with my hands, I'm good with computers, I like to write. If we can figure that out and point that out and they start to see like there's something special about them or something uniquely gifted about them, that a lot of times is where change starts for these kids. So the school is a big, big deal helping these kids turn things around. So.
Yep. Yeah, I know your school's good. I've never heard anything negative about anything that you guys have done or ever did. I just don't see, it just doesn't even, it's just the complete opposite of that.
Well, y'all need to come and talk to the kids because when they come here, the first thing we do is take their cell phones away. They hate our guts.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Kids who hate our guts initially.
So. Hey, there are plenty of days I wish you would come and take mine away.
Yeah, that's the truth.
One of the cool things that I think we have had like a repeating saying is that you're giving these kids almost a reset. And I think that's pretty unbelievable. I mean, I feel like everyone in life at some time, at some point in their life, they feel like they kind of need a reset. And sometimes I feel like a lot of people, when they get into the real estate business, it's that as well. They almost need that reset. And kind of like what Todd was saying originally, like there's sometimes a lot of self-doubt. And just like I feel like we have a lot of people in the real estate industry that have that self-doubt. And you guys are taking that from their kids and just implying right into them that stop having that self-doubt. Come in, reset, start a new chapter in your life. And it's pretty powerful and pretty incredible, the stuff that you guys are doing. And I thought that was pretty cool. Just the reset. I feel like that's kind of what we kept talking about over and over. So sitting back, listening to you guys, it's very powerful.
Yep.
Yes. That's
awesome. Well, thank you, Kelly. This is great information. I want to say it again. Everyone go to eagleranch.org. Check out the work that these great people are doing. If you're not familiar with it, they'll have needs there. You can become a recurring giver. At the very least, we can share this with everyone on Facebook and lots of these great young people that exist out there. I remember when my kids were that age and very sensitive to families that are going through a tough time. You want to get beyond that season. So getting around really great help, like the guys at Eagle Ranch, like it's a game changer for people's lives, especially those young people, and having them restored and eliminating that self-doubt, putting their feet on a path toward making a big difference in the world. And the love that you guys pour out for those young people, I'm just amazed by. It's very inspiring.
And I love partnering with y'all. I mean, you guys represent, y'all are like a for-profit Eagle Ranch. I mean, just the way that y'all conduct yourselves, conduct business. There's a bigger picture going on here. And just, we love, being a partner with what y'all are doing. So thank y'all for caring. You don't have to care, and you do. And thank you for giving. And you already have several of your agents already give to the ranch, and it is just, you're changing lives. So thank y'all.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. We'll get up there for a big mastermind here soon.
We would love that. Anytime, y'all come on.
Yep, we will definitely do it. Hey, Nathan, great job organizing this with Kelly today in Eagle Ranch. You're on it, my man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Nathan.
All right.
Guys, we appreciate everything. Your Home Sold Guaranteed family. It's always much appreciated. And thank you for listening. And thank you for giving. And Kelly, Todd, thank you guys for everything. As always, guys, get out there and go serve big. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right. Bye, y'all.